We are live. We are live. We are live. Big shot. I'm gonna let you point guard because you the greatest of all time. I'm just
Hey,
trying to get like you.
lunchtime edition, 94 feet of life, sponsored by The Scene. Subscribe to the YouTube, turn your notifications on. You never know we're gonna jump in. We had to do it. A little bit of post-mortem of the Clippers, and honestly, some more praise of Denver. We definitely gonna talk about Miami-Boston, a great game one. I got almost everybody in the building. I got Trav. I got Jay. I got Germ. I got the man behind the. I got the man behind the myth. Man behind all of us, the myth. Mo doing the research in the background. Jay, I'm gonna just go right to you, man. We just gonna get right into this. Was this more about the Clippers, or was this more about Denver?
50-50. I mean, you saw an epic collapse, and you saw a good team take advantage of the epic collapse. We talked about this in the seeding rounds, that when you're playing every other day, yeah, you don't have no travel, but you're playing every other day. Eventually, especially when those meaningful basketball games come into play, your legs are going to wear on you. Your legs wear, then your mental starts to wear. Then you have all these other distractions and whatnot that's going in and out of the bubble. And you go up 3-1, take a commanding 3-1 lead. You have a commanding double-digit lead in game 5, and you got on punishment by the end of game 5. Because we didn't even want to watch game 6, remember? Sunday, we was like, yo, we'll just check the score. If they close to the fourth, we'll go back to it.
Right.
And then we regret it. We regretted watching Sunday because we're like, yo, this ain't what y'all on. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't watch last night. I watched that one at like 2:30 this morning after I saw the result. Because it's like, okay, they lost it. Now let me laugh at this before I go to work. Give me something to laugh at on the way to work. And it was inexcusable. They got beat. It's like, I don't even feel like a need for a thorough breakdown because it's like, yo, it ain't one. They got beat. What else needs to be said? Even my mom's agreed with me.
We keeping this slander free because I think 94 and Twitter have covered all the slander. If you need slander, 94 feet of life on Facebook. Go there for all your slander needs. Germ, we talked about this pre-show production. Denver. Obviously, the Clippers get the headlines because they're the Clippers. But to me, the Hooper story is Denver. Tell the people why Denver is what you really should be talking about today.
It's real simple. They don't take if the role players are not making shots, they give it back to Daniel Boone, and they give it back to the sniper, to the American sniper. We're gonna call that man the American sniper. We're just gonna call him that right now. No, Trav. That's his name. Because that man was hitting floaters in the lane off the left foot, right foot. He couldn't miss. Listen, Jamal Murray.
Germ, call him the Canadian sniper. He's from Canada.
Okay, fine. Canadian sniper. Fine. The Ontario sniper, whatever we want to call him. I just want y'all
to know Calgary.
Hey, it's just simple to me. Like I'm not even gonna fake with y'all. I just think Jamal Murray and Jokic took it. They took it. That high screen and roll action, it wore on the Clippers after game 5. I mean, if you notice the score, the Clippers wasn't scoring over 100 points. When Denver score over 100 points in this playoffs, they tough to beat. And this is gonna make this next round even more serious. I don't want to hear this. Like we got this slander, and I'm gonna pass it to Trav. This slander that y'all doing is fine, but I don't want to take away from the fact that Jamal Murray and Jokic is hooping, and that they gonna play a Laker team that's gonna have to guard a player who don't have to have the ball to score 40, and that's Jamal Murray. Trav.
I'm not going to stay too long, but I did say this once before. Why do we worship the people that is down, the people that are lost, that glorify more than the people that can won? Yes, the Clippers lost. The Clippers got their tail whooped. It's bottom line. They got beat by a better team that day. They got beat. 5 through 7, they got beat. We can name all the excuses that we want, but at the end of the day, we do need to acknowledge. Jamal Murray, I like what he said when he was talking to the media, and he called out Shaq. He called out Charles Barkley. He called out Stephen A. Smith. He called out all medias, main stage medias, to let them know that Denver is for real. Denver has always been for real. They're not the number 3 seed for anything, for nothing. They're not the number 3 seed for nothing. They are a for real team, and we need to acknowledge them as a for real team. Do they got a task in hand coming up Friday? Yes, they do. Do they believe? That's the only people that count. It's them. So give them all their praises, give them all their flowers right now, man. Denver, congratulations. You have made it to the Western Conference Finals. Your prize, the Los Angeles Lakers.
So I'm gonna do some non-slanderous breakdown of the Clippers. So this is a non-slanderous statement. Number one, yes, Pascal Siakam struggled in the bubble, but for the last 2 years, he's been a better player than Paul George. Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry are better than Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams. Now, bringing Kawhi to Clippers, that's the big move. But it didn't necessarily make any of them other 3 guys better players. And what you saw in the bubble is the limitations of Trez and Lou. Trez and Lou do a lot of things that are real flashy and highlights, and they get all the oohs and ahs. But it's on one end of the floor. Neither one of them is a great defender, or even what you would call average. We know what's happened to Paul George, playoff after playoff. So this Clippers team was not better than the Toronto team of last year, and probably wasn't better than the Toronto team of this year. So them struggling like they did, while it is shocking the way it happened, when you look at that roster, it's kind of not shocking. And then Ham talked about the distraction. And we talked about this in the bubble preview. No team came to the bubble with more stuff going on that had nothing to do with basketball. And that was the Clippers. Stuff is unfortunate, life happens, so we're not going to throw shade on it. But they just came into the bubble distracted. They never really looked like they wanted to be there. CJ McCollum trolled on Twitter when they voted after the Jacob Blake situation. The Clippers were one of the teams that voted to go home. I just think they never really invested in it. And they got burned by a really, really good Denver team. So transitioning out of that, Ham and Germ, now we got Denver, LA. Trav is back with us. So now Denver and LA, Germ, or Jay, whoever want to jump in first. I mean, it's a dumb question, but I'll ask it. Denver got a shot to win this series?
Yes. Y'all Laker fans gonna need to chill. Because if LeBron and the Lakers lose, I want to see the same slander that y'all giving Kawhi. I want to see all the same. Y'all like that keep the same energy, crew? Oh, don't worry. Germ gonna make sure y'all keep the same energy. Because y'all ain't seen the troll, and y'all seen me. Go ahead, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all get in on that. I'm sorry. I just had to make sure I said that first.
The reason why these folks sitting up here killing Kawhi like this because of some fact he can go to the Lakers.
I said that earlier, Trav. Say it again. Kyrie and Kawhi get all of the slander in the world because they didn't go help LeBron.
That's just the bottom line, man. I'm not finna.
Y'all act like
Again, it's
something I
it's
want to call on.
basketball. It's basketball, and this COVID times has showed the real about a lot of people. COVID
But
times.
let's stick to the series. We know what's going on with that. Let's stick to the series. Denver,
Mhm.
LA.
Me personally,
What
yes,
are
they do.
what are the basketball reasons Denver has a chance to win this series?
Their backcourt. Their backcourt. I really think their backcourt. This is kind of like a Jazz type deal. The thing about the Lakers is they got the bodies to throw at Jokic, but Jokic moves at a speed that if he gets you in foul trouble and your last help of defense is going to be Anthony Davis, that's not going to be a good look. But you got Jamal Murray, Gary Harris. Them guys gonna play ball, man. Them guys gonna play ball. So,
Monte Morris.
Monte Morris. I mean, they got people that's gonna play. Bottom line, yeah, Denver has a shot. They have deserved to have their shot now.
Jay, let's bring you back into the conversation. What do the Lakers do with Jokic that the Clippers couldn't do? Now, obviously, there's some physical differences, but if you are Frank Vogel with 2 days to think about this, what do you do with Jokic?
This one's gonna be real simple, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna try to go too far into it, but it's like this. Lakers in 5, dude. They got LeBron. They don't have an answer for the other side for that on that over there. So that AD, yeah, Joker's gonna do his thing. They can guard Joker straight up. They ain't gotta guard him with the doubles. They can come just guard. They got size to combat with that. The guard play I worry about with the Lakers, but they still got LeBron buffering behind them. So I just think that they rolling. What we seen them pretty much need that wake up call. They get hit in the mouth, game 1, game 2, whatever. They wake up, they lock back in, they finish you out. I can see the same thing happening to this Denver team. I give them 6, just to make it, because they balling out. They got high respect for them. I mean, if you're gonna be 6-0 in the same playoff and elimination games, I got Tim McCaffrey. That's just being about it is out there. But this one, short work, I would say competitive, probably entertaining, but 5 to 6 minimum. And we're gonna rock on to the finals from there.
I agree with you. I think this is a competitive 5. I think the one thing that you right, the first thing they're not gonna do is with Dwight Howard, JaVale, and AD, there won't be double team, which is one of Doc Rivers' biggest mistakes. Is I have no idea why they continue to double team Joker, who is, as our guy Worldwide Les said, Jokic one of 5 best passers in the league, period. At any position, guard, forward, center. And y'all doubling them plays to his strength. So I don't think the Lakers will do that. But I'm gonna give the Lakers a competitive 5. Denver has proven to me that you're just not gonna punk them. So off the strength of that, they're gonna win at least one game. But I'm with you, Ham. I think the Lakers in 5. Germ, we're gonna swing this over now to the Eastern Conference. And the reason I'm swinging this to Germ first is because Germ, if y'all have been following us for the past, since the bubble, my man Germski has not been real thrilled with the performance of the Boston Celtics through this bubble. He's not been a fan of what's happening. And now they're down 1-0 to the Heat, the gang in each final. Germ, take the temperature on Boston as we kick off, as we are now in full swing in this East final.
I mean, we're going to keep this short and sweet. When they were up with about 6 minutes to go and they were up double digits, Miami just locked in. We got the American white snipers, in the words of Trav. Tyler Hero almost had a triple-double off the bench. We talking about him coming through the Euro in the lane, left hand scoop layup with the sauce, with the butter roll, all over the that man was hooping out there. I'm sorry, man. This Miami team, they are the personification of great guard play. They guards are playing the best collectively. Kemba, I'm just gonna say this again. Kemba made 4 shots. Four or 5 shots in this game. I think he was 6 and 19. I just want to ask y'all this one question. This one question I gotta ask y'all. Had this been Kyrie, y'all have been killing him. But because it's Kemba, it's okay. Again, same thing from the other situation. Boston has not been good when it comes to guard play. It has been Tatum, Brown, and they should get Hayward back at some point, which is game 2, game 3, and we can get to see that wrinkle again. Miami just been playing, and they just been hooping right now. I'm gonna shout them out because I may pick Miami. I just need to see what happens when Hayward come back. But I may pick Miami to go to the finals. I don't know yet. I gotta lab some things.
Trav, Big Blue Nation, the president of Big Blue Nation, and he got the shirt on. Jerm talked about Tyler. Jerm talked about Tyler Hero, but let's talk about the play. And that's Bam. For me, fellas, I don't think it's being a prisoner of the moment to say that might have been the greatest defensive play we've ever seen. The LeBron chase down block is the only thing I'll listen to besides that. When you add up the play, the situation, and the circumstances. Trav, Big Blue Nation president, you have the floor for a little bit. Bam Adebayo.
It's okay to say that's one of the best blocks that we've seen in NBA history. It's in playoff history. It's okay. It's okay. You ain't gotta worship the king every time he do something right. He done something right. Weak side help. That's what you do. You get beat, you got somebody to help. But man, Jason Tatum cocked that jump back so tough. He cocked it back so tough when Bam met him. His hand was inside the rim.
Yeah, unbelievable.
His wrist may have hit the rim, but for the strength of God in his hands, he rejected it. Biggest player of the game. Biggest player of the game, man. Shout out to Bam, man. Shout out to Big Blue Nation, man. When this COVID get right, we'll get these college basketball who's going on, and that will be another conversation for another day. So shout out to Bam, man.
J-Ham, I'm going to slip this up to you now. A guy who has been, I would say this guy, other than LeBron, might be the most polarizing person in 94 feet of life. Trav, you can roll your eyes if you like. With Dirty Jimmy. Jimmy Butler has come up big time after time after time in this bubble. Last night, the AN1, that was essentially the game winning hoop. JB, talk about it, man, because he's another one where you might have to kind of start to take a second look now.
Let me put the Dusty Rose voice on there, Daddy. Jimmy Butler. Put some respect on the name Jimmy Butler in these playoffs here. For a world title. I had to get one in, man. Yeah, I got the Jimmy Butler, Dusty Rose memes already on deck. But Jimmy, you gotta give Jimmy his props though, man. Because I'm gonna be honest, it took a couple of shoot interviews to really just listen to Jimmy to be like, okay, I can see where he's coming from. Yeah, asshole. But also at the same time, he like, no, I'm your asshole. If I'm not on it, get on me. cuss me out, because I'm gonna do the same to you. That's the type of culture that he sets around him. And he got the right type of cast. Like Big Shot, you said it last week, that game. And for him to be the leader of this game is perfect. And they playing for the perfect president, perfect coach, perfect city, perfect everything. They gonna get Boston a dogfight, man. I think I said it last night when the clock hit zeros in OT. We might get the distance, and it's gonna be a classic.
I'll tell you like this: we've seen series leads blown throughout this bubble. I'm gonna tell you like this: Miami gets up 2-0 on Boston, they ain't giving that back. If there's one team in this bubble who you do not want to get down 2 games on, it's them, because they are tough, they are disciplined, they gonna fight you for everything. They got a bunch of just gritty, grimy dudes that's fighting for everything. They get up 2-0. So I don't think this is an exaggeration. Boston's season is on the line Thursday night. This the season. Miami get up 2-0, this is over. Because they're too locked in. Jerm, what you think?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's my whole thought process in this situation has been. I'm really engaged to see. First of all, Jimmy didn't have the type of game by standards that people would say would be great. He had a solid game. They collectively put this thing together. Tyler, Goran Dragic, I think was the leading scorer for the team last night. Bam in that on that high elbow free throw line was killing them on them back cuts. Them bounce pass it was like what you say, Trav? It's like when you bite into an apple. Them passes was like that, crisp. It was nice. Bam was out there hooping, man. This is why I think Miami just hoop. They not talking. They not doing none of that extra stuff, and that all starts with the person that we shall mention one more time, only because I know it bothers Trav, and that's Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is out there telling folks, "I'm here. I'm trying to take this joint." And that's what he's trying to do. I'm gonna let Ham get in, or Trav. No, I'm gonna let Trav go next. Listen, Big Blue Nation and all that good stuff, but Marquette Nation right now with Jay Crowder and my guy Jimmy Butler, they out there hooping.
You're right, man. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right, man. I mean, I still will not until that day comes. I ain't ashamed to say it, but right now, I'm not. I'm on the Tyler Hero Bam wagon still to the day I go. But Jimmy got to win a championship for me to be like, hey, okay, I understand. Bottom
All right,
line.
all right.
But he can get some flowers, especially if you make it to the finals.
Yeah. They are the true definition. Like I said, them in Denver play truly as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Miami is a real good public school team. Denver is a real good Catholic school team. But they play together. Denver's a little nicer, right? Denver got blazers and ties and jackets. Miami come there matching Timbs and hoodie. We out here. But I think their performance, it is not out of the question that Miami actually wins this whole thing, which would be a very 2020 thing to happen. But I could see an absolute scenario that Miami wins this whole thing. Shot clock is running down, as I can tell. We got about that 5-minute mark. Remember, subscribe to the page. Turn your notifications on, man, because you never know when you're going to get talk like this. Let's just do some rapid fire. And I'm gonna go to J Ham on the first one. J Ham, bigger disappointment in this bigger disappointment. Paul George or Russell Westbrook?
And that, man. I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock, man, because I ain't gonna kill the last 5 minutes, man. You just move it on, man. Lakers in 5, man. The Celtics and the Heat, the distance. That's just with that. And shout out to, I give my shout outs later. I'm still
And that
lost,
man,
man.
boy, and that was so.
Know that lead, man.
Ham is down there in Tennessee like Derrick Henry. He stiff armed the hell out that question. Absolutely. Trav, I'll go with you then, because I know Trav will answer this. Westbrook or Paul George? Bigger disappointment.
You really want me to answer this?
Yep, come on. We got a couple minutes left. Give it to me.
Man, this is simple, man. You got Russell, Mr. OC, man. Russell, a clean sweep, man. Russell clean sweep in that question, man. Russ in 4, man.
Russ sweeps Paul George in 4.
Man.
Jern, we swing this over to you, rapid fire style. The MVP of the bubble so far is
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy's MVP of the and then he cut his camera off because he didn't want to see Trash face.
Now it's between Jimmy Butler and Jamal Murray for sure. Those two players have been they've been the biggest catalyst for success for their respective teams. And honestly, without them two players, I would say that these two teams wouldn't be where they are. So I'm gonna go Jimmy Butler because they've only lost one game since they've been in the bubble. One game since the playoffs started. And arguably they were 1 or 2 possessions away from taking that game and sweeping that team as well. I mean, give me Jimmy.
All right. Trav, I'm gonna have you hop in real quick. I'm gonna give Jay this last question, then we're gonna roll out. What you got? You put your hand up.
Put Jokic in that too. And if Jokic get past the Lakers and he win the finals, Jokic is your bubble MVP.
I'm glad you said Jokic, because I'm gonna swing this to Ham. Because he's gonna answer one of these rapid fire.
He ain't got no choice.
He had no choice. But this is gonna be easier. Jokic, is he the unquestioned best center in the league right now?
You can't stiff on this one, Chief.
Jay.
Can you hear us?
Jay might be on delay.
I couldn't even hear your question.
Okay, so I'm gonna give it back to you because you try to get away from the last one. So I just keep it easy. Jokic or process? There we go.
Don't know. I'm fried, man. I ain't been to sleep. I stayed up watching the Clippers choke. I actually took a nap just to wake up and watch them choke, man. So I'm fried. I can get my answers later. My audio running lag over here. I blame it on Zoom.
I understand, but let me get this out the way. Let me just put it this way. This year, Jokic made second team All NBA. Embiid didn't make no team.
And as Trav says, winners get sprinkles. And there you have it. So we're gonna log
One more
off.
thing though, Big Shot.
Okay, Jay, have final word.
While I am on that and I'm late on that, I am gonna put together my all playoff team. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. And a Milwaukee Buck on that giant. And thanks to Claw, I'm gonna put Claw on there because Claw was still Claw. He let it up last night, but he was still Claw. But I'm gonna drop that one by Friday, tomorrow maybe.
Okay.
But let me get on that out here so we can do.
All right, we're gonna get up out of here. Look forward to the Hams all bubble team. Big Shot, Germ, Trav. Remember the scene, THE_SCEN, Facebook page, 94 Feet of Life Facebook group. Football folks, views from the 22. Subscribe, notifications on because you never know we're gonna appear. Signing out.